hello. Welcome everyone. It's so nice to see you ladies chatting. Thank you so much for joining my live again. Um, my name is Cindy. If you've never seen me, I am at Simply Cindy. I am a psychic medium. I have a lot of tools in my basket. So I do mediumship, I do tarot, I do astrology. I love astrology. Astrology is like my passion. Astrology, hypnosis, all kinds of stuff, healing touch, prana, all of that. So here's the deal. Tonight I was all day I've been thinking about it. Like, what am I gonna do tonight? So I've decided that I'm gonna go ahead and do a an upcoming September spread for, because I don't want to do each of the signs. I'm gonna stick to the elements. Okay. So if you don't know your element, I will tell you in the beginning. Um, and I want to see what's coming up for September, since we just did the live the other night where I gave you the September astrology, and we have some great stuff coming. Yes, there's some things going on. Pluto's going back into Capricorn. There's going to be some downfall of structures, right? So, but you guys already kind of know that if you've been following me, if you've been watching all of my stuff, so that you're not afraid, so that it doesn't shock you so much and take you time to like ingest it, right? We've already seen that systems are coming down, that people are coming down, like influencers are their true stuff is coming down. If you don't have, I've warned everybody about this for 3 years now. So back in the past, there's a point where when I'm asking my higher self, spirit, the universe, like, what do I need to be helping with? Like, what's the message, the overall message? And for the longest time, they were like, love. You guys have to understand love, self love, loving others, loving self, loving, like, you gotta really delve into love. And we did that. And then the message I was getting, it started 3 years ago, was authenticity. You gotta be authentic. It's time to, what we call now, unmasking. It's time to get to your um true self. And what I mean by true self is the self that you want to be in this life, in this carnation, right? Because we're all of it, right? But that's what you're discovering. You're discovering how to be human in your particular way in this lifetime, right? Like, I've lived many lives. You guys have probably lived many lives. You're going to live many more. Maybe. I really don't know. I know I'll probably come back because I'm nosy. I always say that. I'll probably come back because I'm nosy. I want to see where we progress to, right? But the thing is there's never going to be another Cindy in, except for in this life, right? There's never going to be another me. And so there, in my past I was other things. In my future I'm going to be other things. But there's never going to be a Cindy. And that's what Spirit has been telling me. My higher self has been showing me, and especially with Pluto being in my 12th house. Like, I'm really understanding the difference of, yes, we have these abilities. No, in our past and in our genes and in our DNA, we haven't gotten to explore those things. We get to now in this lifetime. This is a very transitional lifetime, I guess. It's like, in the past there were certain things, like in our DNA. I told you guys, if you've been watching me, I've told you these, your generations past, they had to survive. That's what they were doing. It wasn't like, oh, I get to go to Starbucks and have a coffee. It's like, if I want coffee, I have to grow it, or a merchant comes by ever so often, and I have to like really relish it and kind of save it and do my own grinding and do, like, they had to survive, right? We're not in that anymore. But because of that, we have some habits. And so this is the lifetime that your generations are like, yes, she gets to do it. She gets to do what we wanted to do, what we were striving to do, right? And that, when I'm seeing, as I'm doing mediumship, that is what your loved ones are looking at you like. That's what they're saying. They're like, yes, she gets to do it, right? So, um, we're seeing a lot of us in this next 20 years, not only discovering who we are and discovering, because we've already mastered doing things alone, but discovering how we can come together, how we can be groups, right? I saw this way back in 2007. People would ask me, because even at work, they wouldn't talk about it publicly, but they all knew what I was. They all knew what I did. Not everybody, but the word got around, right? And so when people would ask me, I would say stuff like this, but we were in 2007, right? We were all abundant. Things were going right. It was a very different time. And so when I was saying these things, like we're going to group up and it's going to be a much, we got to worry, we're not going to worry, but we're going to be really, like, food is going to be an issue and things are going to be an issue. And when I was saying those things, we were in such an abundant era that they were like, okay, right, whatever. And I was like, I'm just telling you what I see. You asked me, I'm telling you, right? And then 2008 hit and everybody was like, ooh, I don't know what's going on, you know? And so now we're here at that time that I was seeing, and we're still not at the exact time I'm still, what I said in 2007, we're actually moving towards, right? And I can see that. So authenticity is the thing. That is the message I have been getting for the last 3 years. And they understand, just like they understood about love when they said, it's time for you guys to learn uh, about love, about the love that you guys want to experience here, right? And so back when I was getting those messages, everybody was about, the partnership and the da 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 and the, the dating and the da da da. And you see, it's changed because we have changed, right? And it doesn't mean that we're not going to have partnership. It just means that we're in a different area. Sorry, we're in a different era, that we've learned about ourselves and we've learned to love ourselves. And we've learned, if we want those types of partners that we dream of and that we really want, we have to get to know us first, ourselves first, right? We're learning that. But as generations have gone by, we have a lot of baggage. You know, some of you come from, well, even maybe all of you, I don't know. It just kind of depends on your lineage. Some of you come from marriages where that was the thing to do and you had to, or some of you come from where you had to get married. Some of you come from where you had no choice. Your ancestors had no choice, right? Male or female. Just like we're learning about love. And let me say this, just because a lot of us, male or female, are not thinking about partnering up or thinking about having another marriage, or thinking whether, because like I'm a widow, whether I want to or not, right? The fact is, we're all coming to the place. It doesn't mean that we never will. It just means this is the time for us that we needed to heal. We needed to really see straight. We needed to really discover and loving ourselves, because we never got to do that before. Our ancestors didn't get to do that before us. And we're taking on that lineage and changing that. So don't be hard on yourself. And as a society, don't think that, oh, we're moving to a space where we're going to be separate and there's going to be no partners. I don't see that at all. I just see that we're taking this time to learn about ourselves, right? So first was the love. We had to learn to love ourselves, and we have those. My group is always ahead of the curve. We just always are, because I'm ahead of the curve. So loving ourselves, but then the next thing is the authenticity. Okay, now that you're learning who you are, let's learn to take off those masks. Let's learn to be who we really want. Love was just the first part. What is the character that you want to be? What do you want to do in this life? How do you want to, what's your stance here, right? And you can be anything. What are the abilities that you have that you hadn't gotten to develop? What are the talents that you had that you hadn't got to develop? Your life isn't over because you get older and you retire. Like, you're just coming to a new phase, right? Love is the key. Love was the start, but love isn't all. And I told you guys on the last one, authenticity is like 4,000 times more powerful than unconditional love. And that's been proven. And I want to do a video about it, because love is important. and loving ourselves is important, but it's only the start. It's only the start. But our higher selves, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, right? Love, whatever you want to call that, has said, I understand that you as a species, you humans, I understand you haven't gotten to be authentic. And there's so much magic in each one of you because I am you. You are me, right? So there's so much magic. There's so much ability. There's so much talent. There's so much. And then when we come together, it's even more, right? And so we're having to learn to be who we are, who we want to be, and then also coming together. Does that make sense to everybody? Now is the time, because I'm talking, you guys want to get seated, get comfortable, get cozy, and you want to get your drinks. Some of you like a little drinky drink. Some of you like some tea. Some of you like some coffee. Some of you, whatever you want to do, right? Some of you like a little smoky tokey. Some of you like whatever. It's just time to do that while I'm talking. Get everybody all nice and comfortable. Let's open up our heart chakras. Let's open up our, already got my tea. Perfect. Now, air signs. That would be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And Aquarius, I haven't talked to y'all much, but I feel like some of you are doing what you're supposed to do and engaging again and not hating the world. But I feel like some of you are being stubborn. And it's like, I know I should be doing, but I kind of really don't want to. But I kind of do, but I'm kind of being lazy about it. And that's okay for right now, because Pluto's about to go back into Capricorn, right? And this is going to be your time, Aquarius, to like get right with yourself, be really honest with yourself, and decide to engage or not. Like, you got to make a decision about coming out. The world needs you, is basically what I'm saying. The world needs you. We're about to go into this new era. They're going to need your talent. They're going to need your perception. It's going to look really weird to some people. And they need your energy to be able to, like, understand this, all of this, because it's going to be strange for some. So, Geminis, it's time for you to be happy and playful again. You have been way too serious. You have taken life way too serious. And I know that things have not been happening for you guys. And you thought you had to be serious to be able to get through these things because things were so serious. But it's time to laugh again. It's really time to laugh again. And Libra, I don't want you to be so hard on yourself, Libras, because Libras have been really hard on themselves. So we all go through these cycles, Libras. We all make mistakes, Libra. We all have downfalls and failures, but we get back up and we do it. And this just happened to be that time for you where you had to get really clear, for some of you about the people that you had around, for some of you about sticking up for yourself, for some of you about wanting a relationship, but what type of relationships did you want? What type of people that you want around you? And you're just being too hard on yourself. And I think you need to give yourself a break, because it's funny that you give everybody else a break, but you don't give yourself a break. So maybe you give yourself a break right now. Like, that's what I'm seeing with Libra. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what we got. I'm just cutting the cards. I forget that y'all can't see. Okay. Here we go. Where are you for the month of September? Now. Ooh. Okay. And what's crossing you? Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Where have you brought you to this? Okay. What's in the first 2 weeks? Mm. What's from your higher self? Okay. What's in the last 2 weeks? Good. Okay, you do change that. What's your fear? I swear, we get in our own way. Um, how's the world and people treating you and seeing you? Yes. I think you need to take note of that. What's the energy coming in? Good. And what's your overall theme? All right, air signs. I feel like you could have some more stuff coming to you, but you're standing in your way still. Like you got to get out of that. I don't even know what to call this. This feeling that I have for some of you, because it's not everybody, but this is like what I'm feeling. It's some of you are being stubborn. Some of you are not realizing. Let me just say this. All of you air signs are not acting like you're normal because, well, you have different reasons. Because you're tired, because you just didn't want to do it, because you have no more faith, because you thought you were doing it correctly, and your energy is supposed to be light, airy, and joyful, and you lost your joy. Excuse me. I did not anticipate this for you, air signs. Okay, so where you're at now, you have the judgment. So I see this in a couple of ways. I see that you are looking and being way too much in the past of how things have cycled for you, of how things have come about for you. I feel like some of you feel like you're drowning. I almost feel like some of you feel, this is going to sound crazy. Some of you feel dead inside. You don't want to feel this, but some of you feel like defeated. Maybe that's a better word. I'm just seeing the dead inside because I'm seeing this grave and then these hands sticking out. Like, you don't want to be in this, but you can't help what you're feeling. And you can't help but some of you, it's almost like you feel like you deserve this because you could have been better, because you should have been better. Numb. Yeah. 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 Thank you, because I'm feeling that. I feel like you've been judged harshly by the world, by the universe, by God, by whatever you call that, love, source, whatever. And I feel like you think you've been judged harshly, but you also think you deserve it. And that's where you're at. And so some of you have detached, disassociated, become numb. Others of you have decided to ignore it and don't want to come out of it because you feel like this is your penance, right? So, yes, you made mistakes. And I think I said that about Libras too. Like, I feel like y'all are too hard on yourselves. So, what's crossing you is that you have the past coming back to you. And some of you may have some people coming back to you. Some of you made the choice to have some people coming back to you. Um, and I feel like you're not giving yourself the chance. Like, even though so some of you, it's situations that have come back, and instead of trying to rectify this, it's holding you back and making you think, I'm going to make a mistake again, or I don't deserve this, or I'm not worthy of this. It's almost like I said, it's like you think you deserve to be in this spot. You do have people or situations coming back at you. What you my advice would be you're getting a second shot. So my advice would be instead of wallowing, because you can be very truthful with yourself. So for those of you that don't want to look at it, it's time to look at it. It may be different people, but it's the same situation. It may be a different state, but it's the same situation. It may be a different country, but it's the same situation. It may be a different job, but it's the same situation. And it's time for you to take charge and be who you are. Be the Aquarius, be the Libra, be the Gemini, and take charge and make these choices. You're getting a second shot, is what I'm seeing. Okay. What put you into this situation is the Page of Swords. So, the swords to me is like decisions or situations or things. And I feel like this may be why you don't feel worthy, because you had some start, you had some opportunities, you had some things, you had some love, you had some friendships, you had some things, and you made the mistake, and you feel like you didn't do the right thing, and you felt like some of you felt like you were being too selfish, some of you didn't realize that you were being too selfish, some of you didn't take the opportunity because you thought it was going to be a mistake, when actually you're looking back and you're wanting that opportunity again. So I feel like that. Okay. That's what put you into this judgment. You began to judge yourself, which you think that the universe judged you too harshly, but that you deserve this. Okay. So what I see coming in the first 2 weeks of September for you is the Five of Cups. So you're still wallowing. You're looking at what you lost instead of looking at what you have. Okay? That's how we start. When we don't have the confidence anymore, when we are being too harsh on ourselves, you have to look at what you have and appreciate what you have and know that we all make mistakes. That's part of why we're here, to make mistakes and make it different and create. You're not a horrible person because you made mistakes. And guess what? You're not the first person, nor will you be the last person to make mistakes. And these weren't like little mistakes. These were big mistakes. So I understand it. I understand how come you're feeling this way. But I'm seeing that maybe, just maybe, some of you will begin to look at what you have, not wallow in the opportunities and the people and the situations and the relationships that you've lost. Okay? From your higher self, this is a big message that I'm seeing. Your higher self needs you to really take up the Queen of Wands and have your confidence back. Like, I think you guys have forgotten why people need you in this world. You're air. You're what gives everybody the oomph, the strength, the ideas. Like, we need you. We need you because we're going into this space where we're creating this new era. We need Aquarius because it's Aquarius energy. We need Libras because we need the diplomat, but we need your energy. We need your energy in making choices. We need your energy in making the ideas. We need your energy. And you kind of stepped out of that. We need you to be the Queen of Wands. We need you to be confident again. This is what your higher self is saying to you. We need you to get into that space that you once were, because you're going to realize that it's a bigger space and a different space. We need you to make the choices again. We need you to get back into society. We need you to, like, that's what I was saying before we even did all this. It's time to make a choice. Like, you got to step in or step out. Like, you're here, so obviously you got to step in, right? It's time to engage again. It's time to live life again. It's time to, like, go out again and, like, make some choices and create your world and help some people, and whatever this is, like, it's time to come back to that. You've wallowed enough. You've healed some things. You're being too hard on yourself. You're being way too hard on yourself. You need to be the Queen of Wands, right? So in the second half, I see that you guys start. You do this because you have the King of Pentacles. So I see that you start taking action. I see that you're a little bit better about yourself. I see that you invest more in yourself. I see that you are, and it's not a bad thing. I feel like you begin to do it, you begin to engage, and then you see that you missed it. You see your place in this world again. Like you begin to see that, okay? You have the King of Pentacles, so you have some work to do. You guys have some work to do. And like Gemini, I feel like you've been working, but you haven't been working in joy. Like you haven't had joy with it or fun with it. And so you've got some work to do with that, where you need to bring your joy out. This world needs your joy. It needs your happiness. It needs your laughter. It needs your childlike enthusiasm, right? That's what this world needs with you, Gemini. Aquarius, we need your ideas, we need your brilliance, we need your genius, we need your energy. Libra, we need you to help us balance things out. We need you to help us to see that we're not always right and somebody else may have a better way to do this. Like we need your energy. And I feel like you begin to engage and then I feel like you begin to miss it and realize that you have been out a while, right? Your fear is the Chariot. I feel like with this, your fear is you're afraid to make the wrong decisions. You're afraid to do what you did before. But the fact that you're afraid of that just tells me that you're aware of that, which tells me that you're not going to do that again, right? A lot of you have grown. I feel like you're afraid. You're almost afraid to take a hold of your own life because you feel like you mucked it up so much, like you messed it up. So I feel like that's just a fear. Remember, a fear is there to remind you of what you want and what you don't want. You know you don't want that. So look at it, honor it, say, I see you, but I'm over here. I'm doing this. I'm much better. I'm much wiser. I'm putting this into practice, right? Now, the way the world sees you, the way people are dealing with you, is the Star, which is really interesting. We never saw you as a failure. We've not seen you as mucking it up. We miss you. We miss your energy. That's the way that people are seeing you. It's like, I want you to be here again. I want you to engage again. I've got opportunities to give you. That's the way the universe is speaking to you. I see you as a wise one, all three of you signs, as a wise one, as bringers of light, as bringers of good energy. We've never seen you as anything else, as love. We've never seen you as anything less. This is the way that the universe is handling you. This is why you get this second shot, because it's just continuing to bring you what you need, right? Now, the outer energy of the things that you're sort of subconsciously calling to you, the outer energy that's on its way to you past September, you've got the Queen of Cups. So, I see once some of you guys get back to making the energy to engaging in life, you do have someone coming who is going to remind you of why you open your heart and that you want to open your heart again and that you actually missed people and the good parts of them and that some of it is just like overblown in your head and it's nice to actually be doing it. This person's going to bring you out of your shell. That's for some of you. Others of you, I see that you have much more love when you return and engage again, that you have much more enthusiasm, and then you realize, some of you realize that you're not mad like you were, that you're not disappointed like you were, that you're in a very different space than you thought you were, and that some of you did overblow it in your head and continued to stay in that energy, and you're seeing that you have grown in depth. But that's not until it like you come out and you engage again. Okay? So the overall theme of what you'll be working through in the month of September is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles thinks they have to do without. The Five of Pentacles thinks, why does everybody else get it and I have to have it so hard? Right? You'll be working through that. The job and the money. Yeah, it's so I would even say you got this coming in the second half, the job and the money, right? If you look at these two cups, right? If you begin to engage, if you begin to have the confidence back, if you begin to like not just idle and get by, but actually want to be in this life, in this lifetime. Does that make sense? So you'll be working through this Five of Pentacles. That's what I was saying. You guys have some work to do, but I feel like you're getting the opportunities, the chance to do it again, because something that you thought you lost is coming back around with the Six of Cups. Something that you thought you lost that really meant something to you. So that could be money, that could be a job, that could be um, a relationship that's coming back to you. Something that you made a mistake about is coming back to give you the second shot. Okay. So I hope that helps. I didn't realize you air signs were that in that situation. I understand. Thank you. Your cards are beautiful. Oh, thank you. Um, so yeah, good luck. I know you can do it. You just have to make the choice, air signs. Excuse me, to engage again. And I know you guys have a lot of integrity, so you want to make sure that when you're engaging for the right reasons. You're going to find that reason. It's going to come to you this next month. That's what you're going to be working through. And you're going to realize that you are more worthy than you think you are. That's what you're working through this next month. And you got a lot of stuff that wants to come in. You even got a second shot. Like, I have not seen that. Those people that have been with you forever, have you ever heard me say you get a second shot? Like, I don't think I've even seen that you're getting a second shot. So, anybody have any questions? I will cut this down into each sign and make it that video itself this week. I'm also going to be cutting down the astrology that we did for September this week, and I'll be editing that. And if I can, I really want to do another live besides the one on Tuesday and Thursday. I may do an extra one there on Wednesday or Friday. So, because I want to read some charts and I want to see where these trines are and how this grand trine is going to help some people. I'm excited for this next month. My energy goes with you, air signs. I am an air sign, 2 in my top 3. I am an Aquarius ascending and a Gemini sun. So, I love you, love you, love you. Thank you so very much for being with me. I know this has taken a long time. Thank you for even finding me again after we like disconnected, and I apologize because sometimes I'm channeling and just don't realize. But look for those videos. Thank you so much, everyone who comes to see me privately. If you want to come and see me, email me at yourpath, YOURPATH 39 at Gmail. And then we can set something up. So, ooh, that will be amazing. Yeah, I really want to do some charts. I really do. I'm like excited. I really want to do some charts. So, but I'm going to have to do an extra live and hopefully I have the time for it. So tomorrow I'm going to work really hard from early morning to late night editing these videos down, doing thumbnails and descriptions and titles and all of that for the week so that I can do the extra live. But I couldn't do it without you guys. Let me say this. I wouldn't want to do it without you guys. We've already proven that we can all do it alone, but we're not going to do it alone this time. Thank you, Aries Saves Lives. All of you that have stuck with me, that are watching it over and over, because I'm going to start my new membership and still until when we get to the 3,000 watch time hours. You guys are crazy watching my videos over and over. I really thank you and appreciate it. Thank you for sharing my stuff. Thank you for giving me the hearts during the thing. Thank you for being in my group and part of my life. I really appreciate you. So I love you, love you, love you. See you on the next one. Bye.